Hey, what is up, card tubers? Diego here. Welcome into another video on the Sports Cards Detour. Basically, today is one of those rummaging through to knowledge where I take a chance to look up what the player is, something about a certain player from a certain sport. One's going to be baseball, and then the other one will probably be, in today's case, it's soccer. Go figure. I do have quite a few soccer cards that I haven't shown off, and from Bundesliga and stuff like that. So I'm going to butcher some names, so that's going to be fun. And then I'll tell you a little bit about one of the players that I learned about. And same thing with baseball. Now, baseball, I don't have as many cards for today's video, maybe because I was trying to get rid of most of the soccer in one video or two videos. So let's go from here. We'll start off with the soccer. And I have a Marco Rios, middle fielder in the Bundesliga for Borussia Dortmund. FC Union Berlin, we got Taiwo Awaniyi. We got Genki Haraguchi for Berlin. Kevin Prince Boateng for Hertha Berlin. We got Remy Bancini for Borussia. Florian Neuhaus. This one's a good one. Sasa Kalajdzic. For VFB2, we have Wataru Endu. That's a pretty exciting picture right there. Yeah! Let's go! Here we have a Jude Bellingham. And right there, you can see Holland. This is a pretty cool picture. We have Konrad Laimer. I like that card. We have Florian Niederlechner. Michael Landrup. This is kind of a legend-type card for Barcelona. Paris Saint-Germain. Akraf Hakimi. And then we have for Manchester City Football Club, we have Jack Grealish on the prize footballers there. So some pretty cool stuff. And the player that I decided to look up was the guy who had the most, or has a lot of goals in the back. I was like, okay, I'm going to pick this guy because he had 40 goals. Well, it turns out that Andre Silva is basically a striker for his team. Let me get my notes here. I had to have notes. I can't just put that there. Andres is known as Little Deco, a famous Portuguese player. Or he's actually Brazilian, but he's a Portuguese player. He got his citizenship at Portugal. But he's known as Little Deco. He's like 27 years old. He plays for RP Leipzig of the Bundesliga, which RP is Rasen Ballsport. I also learned that it's also lawn ball sports. Just funny. Like I said, I think I said, Silva is a striker. So that's basically like the main scorer. He's the guy who can get the headers and a little bit more athletic. He's a guy they go to feed to get goals, and that's what he did. He's pretty good at it, from what I can see. He scored 19 goals for the Portugal's national team and 53 appearances. He holds a couple records as being a Portuguese player. He has the most goals scored by a Portuguese player in a single season in the Bundesliga. So he has that. And then for the Eintracht Frankfurt Eagles, I guess that's a team in the Germany. Or Silva broke the team record for the most goals scored, which was 28. The closest one to him was like 1977, and they scored like 26. And so he also, for that team, the Eintracht Frankfurt, he had 40% of the goals from the team's totals. It's funny because I was reading something about him, but like he likes playing PlayStation, and he said that he likes math and phys ed. I was like, who the heck likes math? Every time that I talk to somebody, they didn't like math, like science maybe. That was just funny. I just thought that was kind of funny. So yeah, that's a little bit about Andre Silva. He's a Portuguese record holder for the most goals scored in the Bundesliga in a single season, and also for his team for Eintracht Frankfurt, he scored the most goals, and that's a record that he holds on to. So that's pretty cool. So I learned a little bit of something about the soccer card there. Now for baseball, I got a lot of doubles in here. I didn't notice that until I went and started flipping through. I got James Wood for the Washington Nationals, Robert Gasser for the Milwaukee Brewers on a Bowman Platinum, Ji Wan Bae, Arizona Fall League card, Pittsburgh Pirates, Ezekiel Duran, also an Arizona card, Cole Henry, Washington Nationals, and another Cole Henry. J.J. Bleday for the Miami Marlins. I believe he got traded. I forget to who, though. I know he got traded, but I can't remember who picked him up. So he's got to be with a different team next year. Got some Topps cards here. It's got a rookie of Ryan Pepio. Puerto Rican player, Helioto Ramos. I got a double shot of him. 2 variations. This is rookie debut. That's why. So pretty cool. Then I got Tommy Romero and Vidal Brujan. Rookie card symbols. And I didn't even put anything up on my stand here. There you go. So those were the baseball cards. And for the baseball player that I chose to talk about, it was a guy that I'm looking at for my fantasy team, but he ended up getting hurt. So I was like, I'm not going to pick him up right now. I'm going to let him get better. I have him on my watch list, but we got Aaron Ashby, a left-hander, quirky left-hander, superstitious left-hander at that. To learn a little bit of something about Aaron Ashby, I was watching the interview that they had on MLB Network, and you found out like he was on. They did a video where he was eating certain foods from Milwaukee, and he didn't like the herring. He was like, "That's the worst thing I ever tasted." They made fun of him with a couple videos of him swinging a golf club and hitting himself with the golf ball, having to come back at him. But some other points. Aaron Ashby is a 24-year-old kid from Kansas City, Missouri. He went to Crowder University, where if you look at his like Twitter or something like that, you look at a Twitter page, he has Ghost Rider, and I guess that comes from Crowder University, where they're the Rough Riders. So I guess there must be like a little group that's called themselves the Ghost Riders. Aaron Ashby is the nephew of former Philly pitcher and other teams, San Diego Padres, Andy Ashby. So that's pretty cool to find out. He's a nephew of a major leaguer and one that was a former Philly. So that's pretty cool. And what I found out was Matt Vasgersian was talking about how Andy would be sweating just throwing like half of a bullpen session, and they said he shares the same thing where he's always getting sweaty. So I thought that was pretty funny in that interview. He made his debut. Aaron made his debut versus the Cubs, got rocked. But the most notable thing, and why I didn't notice it was him, is he was wearing some white Oakleys for glasses. And in this one, he doesn't have the white glasses. I think the white glasses was a cool look. Kind of reminds me of Vance Worley, But I kind of dig when they have those Oakley shades on. And recently, this Aaron Ashby, he signed a 5-year contract with the Milwaukee Brewers. He had a tough time, but he started bouncing back, and last year he had a pretty good amount of 126 strikeouts last year. So He's coming into his own as a lefty. He's just kind of young, so it's pretty cool to see him grow and see how. I'm gonna be tracking him to see how he does in fantasy baseball. Right now, I have Brandon Woodruff, but I know like as the season progresses, you try and look for those diamonds in the rough, and Aaron Ashby might be one of those guys that I might pick up to help me get through my league. So that's why I figure I'm gonna go ahead and put him in as the key player for this. So yeah, so that's my rummaging through to knowledge. I hope you learned a little something about one of these two players, or just enjoyed looking at some of the cards. That's all I got for you, and until next time.
Well, thanks a lot for looking and listening, folks. I enjoyed being with you. So long, everybody.